Thanks to the Asus Crosshair motherboard I recently got, I finally have one of the last couple pieces to start building my video editing rig. Let's take a look at it. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Danny here with DTC, bringing you another PC build video actually. I actually have 3 reasons I needed to build an editing rig. The first one was that my wife and I each share this computer, and I don't want to keep tying up the computer for her when she wants to do things that she needs to do. Secondly, upgrades are actually dangerous for me because every time I want to upgrade my own personal PC as far as like gaming goes and maybe storage or motherboard or something like that, I always risk running into trouble with my editing rig as well because they're the same computer. So I needed to do something that was going to be more steady and reliable, and I wasn't going to be changing it. So that's another like main selling point for me as far as building the editing rig for myself. And then the reliability of it, it kind of ties in hand with upgrades. This is going to stay pretty much how it is as far as the main board and then storage and stuff like that. I may do little upgrades here and there, but let's check out the parts and you'll understand exactly what I mean. So I'm going to use PC Part Picker here because I like how it lays out all the parts and everything, and I can kind of go into each topic and kind of show you what I'm looking at here. So the first part that I'm going to be using is the Ryzen 9 5950X. This is the crown jewel centerpiece of this build, and I'm using it for 2 reasons. One, because I got an amazing deal on it. I actually bought this part used here locally in the city, and someone sold it to me for 400 bucks, 16 cores, 32 threads. It boosts to 4.7 gigahertz. It's great. It's a great idea for this thing. And finally, I get to use the Lian Li Galahad AIO that I reviewed recently. If you didn't get to check out that video, I'll leave a link up here so you can take a look at that one as well. But I really like this cooler design. It's very premium and stuff, and then it also is able to mount in the top of the case, which I really liked. It has this little button feature on here. It's like a cover. I actually have a friend of mine trying to get my logo put on it right now, so if I can do that, I can also like kind of brand it as my own. But it matches really well with the design that I wanted to go for, and it's plenty of cooling for this processor. On to the motherboard. Obviously, the Asus ROG Crosshair 8 Hero that I recently did a review on. I decided to use that for the centerpiece of this. It's an X570 motherboard. All the ports that I wanted to use on this, tons of USB options. It has Wi-Fi. It has 4 DIMM slots, X570, so it's got PCI 4.0. It's just the amount of feature sets on this motherboard was so tremendous, I had to use it for my own personal build. So that was really my reasoning behind buying it anyways. Just a little secret. I'm using G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM. This is the RAM I was using in my previous build, and it's just kind of transferred over. It's 4 by 8 gig sticks of 3200 megahertz CL16. Then on to storage. The primary drive is a Samsung 970 EVO 500 gigabyte NVMe drive. This holds the operating system and a few small programs and stuff. And then I used a Samsung 860 EVO 1 terabyte for all the games. It's strictly a game drive. And I have a 2 terabyte Western Digital Blue for pictures, videos, big files, things that I really just want to hold on to. The graphics card is the EVGA RTX 2080 Ti XC Gaming. Then the case, this is like the biggest upgrade, I guess you could say, as far as things go. I did have the Meshify C from Fractal Design for my case, and it's just a smaller case. I needed something a little bigger for better airflow as far as like high-end components and stuff. This has the mesh front, the mesh sides here, and then plenty of like expansion and storage and stuff like that. So, and then finally for the power supply, this is EVGA Supernova GA. It's a 750 watt, 80 plus gold power supply. Plenty of power, plenty of options as far as plugs and stuff like that. Let's throw it together real quick. I'll show you a little B-roll, and I'll come back and tell you what I think about all of it. All right, well, that's how it turned out. That's what it looks like and everything. The temperatures are fantastic. Actually better than my Meshify C was. So the temperatures on the GPU are around 68 to 70 C while gaming, and that's like intense ray tracing and heavy 4K gaming and stuff like that. Really good temperatures, because before in the Meshify C, I was hitting like 80 C with my GPU unless I undervolted, and now I'm not, which is great. And then the CPU runs about 64 C on Cinebench, 100% load and everything, so that's really good as well, especially for a 240 mil AIO. AMD recommends a 280 mil, so I'm really happy that that's performing so great. I did all this and wanted to do the design for room for upgrades in case I decide to change things down the road. I didn't want to change the motherboard. That X570 motherboard is great, and I wanted that to kind of be the centerpiece to the whole thing. If I want to upgrade the processor to Ryzen 5000 series, like a 5950X or a 5900X, I can always do that, and it'll just drop right in. The BIOS is already set up for it. And then GPU options, that's a quick, simple swap. I already have the power supply that can handle it. I could upgrade to a 3080 or a 3090 or something like that if I wanted to. And the case already has the room and everything. It's already good to go. And then the other upgrades that I can do is like RAM upgrades or storage upgrades. Real easy, I could just drop things in. The Lancool 2 mesh has that hot swappable drive bay in the bottom of it. So if I want to expand my hard disk drive storage to 6 terabytes or 8 terabytes or something like that, I've got the ability to throw those things in as well. So really, really happy with the choices on that, and so far so good. But that's the new editing rig. I hope you like the design of it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the style and the look and everything, let me know that I did a good job. If it looks like crap, you can also tell me. Do you like the music you heard today? If so, Epidemic Sound has copyright-free music that you can even use to create a Spotify playlist. Click the link below to try it out and get 30 days free on me. Thank you so much for being here, but also I wanted to let you know that this is going to be the last video before the holiday is over, because we're doing this move and everything like that. This is actually the last video I'll be filming in this house here in the city of Phoenix. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing for me, because we're going to be moving on to the next chapter of our lives. But this is where it all started, so it's kind of sad for me too. But hopefully I planned this out well enough that you won't even notice that I'm gone. I filmed a couple videos, and these have been releasing over the course of the month of December here. I'm anxious to get right back to it as soon as I get settled in the new house. But like I said, after Christmas and everything like that, I'll have videos start popping up again. I really appreciate you being here. As always, I'm Danny with Danny's Tech Channel, and I'll see you in the next video.